Welcome back, everyone. We do have some breaking news right into the Fox 13 newsroom. The associate superintendent for the Salt Lake City School District has now resigned.
That's Gwendolyn Johnson White's resignation has been confirmed through school board member Mohammed Bayed. Now, this school district superintendent, Timothy Gadsden, was placed on leave.
Okay. So Gwendolyn and Mohammed, whatever.
Breaking news right into the Fox 13 newsroom. The associate superintendent for the Salt Lake City School District has now resigned.
That's Gwendolyn Johnson White's resignation.
Gwendolyn Johnson White.
Gotta be Sonny with the hyphenated last name.
Right. But this place is just 2.56% black. How do they have
Bet it's Sonny.
Gwendolyn what? Johnson Smith? What's her name? Gwendolyn White, something like that?
Gwendolyn Johnson White.
Yeah. Gwendolyn Johnson Smith. Because you got to understand, this place is 2.5% black.
Hi, everybody. New tonight at 5, more turmoil in the Salt Lake City School District.
In an exclusive crisis in the classroom report, news of the district will likely be without its superintendent and now his second in command just weeks before the district opens its doors to students.
Our Chris Jones and our Crisis in the Classroom team have discovered the associate superintendent of schools has also resigned today. Chris, what's the latest on all this?
Yeah, that's right. According to a source, they tell us that Dr. Gwendolyn Johnson White has resigned. Of course, she was hired by Dr. Timothy Gadsden, who is now on paid administrative leave. And all of this upheaval does not end here. Sources say Dr. Gwendolyn Johnson White submitted her resignation and will leave it.
How does this happen in a racist country?
They're doing it on purpose, but it's all just by happenstance, though.
2.5%. She's the fucking associate superintendent of the school system?
What school system did she come from that she showed tangible, positive results to get this job is what I want to know.
This is Gliders. This is not Juice Crew. This is Gliders. Gliders probably said, all right, she's on the ballot. Okay. The right thing to do is to vote for her. That's why I think it's laughable that some guy was standing up at the game yelling nigger for 2 hours. These Gliders saw this some woman and they voted for her because they thought it would be the right thing to do. Okay? And now their school system is in turmoil.
At the beginning of September, our sources say she felt, quote, unsafe and distraught after the man who hired her, Dr. Gadsden, was...
So the fucking guy in charge.
Exactly.
This place is too... Hold on, time out though, CJ. You can't be just like not floored by the fact that a city that's 2.5% black has a black superintendent and a black associate superintendent over the school system, which are these Gliders' most treasured commodity, their most prized possession, their kids.
I'm not floored by that. I'm not floored by that at all, sir. I'm not floored at all.
I don't believe that.
Who would have thought that Minneapolis is what it turned into?
No, Minneapolis is fucking like 10, 15, 20% black. This place is 2.
So will this place.
5% black.
Bro, give it 10 years and this place will be 10% black, bro.
True. I agree. There will be nowhere for Gliders to hide from this.
So you're not surprised by this either, Fisherman, right?
No.
I'm not surprised that Sunman hired Sun's sister and that both of them are under investigation and on the run.
Positions. Aren't these elected positions? Superintendent?
These are not politicians. These are bureaucrats. They were chosen probably either by the school board or the city council.
But both of them are black?
Made all the gliders in town feel absolutely wonderful until they saw their kids' test scores.
Yeah, this is an elected position.
Yeah, that's what I gather from it.
I just want to take this opportunity to
Who's this guy? The fuck? Hold on. Who is this?
Gadsden was placed on administrative leave last month.
I just want to take this opportunity to
Sources also tell us another Gadsden hire, Leeson Taylor, took a pay cut.
Hold on, everybody.
Telling you, all of these people, look, now I don't know if this happened in this instance, but what I know is going on in a lot of places with some politicians and people appointed to these six-figure jobs. They are getting these positions and they are immediately raising their own personal salaries. Like sometimes 25%, sometimes 50%, sometimes doubling what they were supposed to be making. And you notice that you just heard the woman from the news say that the one other person who was hired by these criminals took a pay cut, voluntarily took a pay cut. Because I'm telling you, they got in these positions and they started raping this money.
Hold on, though. Fine. That's all fine and good. But the highest ranking officials in a city that was 10 years ago 100% glider, and now it's 2.5% glider. The highest positions in their school system are nothing but Sun people. Yo, like, this is not the Juice Crew. This is gliders doing this shit, man.
And these are leftist Sun men. These are not conservative brothers.
Fuck no.
Can I say something real quick? Maybe they're hiring a lot of Sun people, so they know they might screw up. So when they do screw up, they can replace them with the gliders that they want, and then they can't be seen looked at as racist because they could always say, "Well, we did hire, black people."
Well, hold on. Let me just say this though. They don't have to be looked at as racist because it's not like a place where it's a large Sun population to where you have to say, "Well, some people will make up this." We need to see people look like that. You can walk through fucking Salt Lake City. You can live in Salt Lake City and rarely see a Sun man.
But it doesn't matter, because it could be 100%. It could be 99% glider. All it takes is one Sun person to say they never hired a Sun person in this position, and that's racist, and it don't take much.
But you at least you think this is bizarre, right, Brown Sugar?
Yes, it's sad, really, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah, this is fucking strange.
The moves are the latest in the saga of Dr. Gadsden versus the Salt Lake City School District.
You've taken painstaking efforts to
More than a month ago, Crisis in the Classroom first broke that Gadsden, the first black person to ever run a Utah school district, was placed on leave after complaints about his workplace conduct, an unauthorized trip he allegedly took at district expense, and concerns about several top leaders.
Always corruption. Always trips. It's always trips and expense reports and all kinds of shit that ain't coming out right.
He probably went to Jamaica.
Right, exactly. He went to Jamaica with that lady from Memphis.
Exactly.
He probably hired a couple of his family members too for no reason, to do nothing.
This is bizarre. They gave a Sun man a chance. The first time they gave a Sun man a chance, this happened. The very first time, and they're not going to take notes.
But look, this is happening because a lot of these people have had these jobs in other places and they did not even perform well.
Yeah.
And they are getting these opportunities.
Exactly. They're getting it because, yeah, I'll give you that they don't have to have the bars low, the bars in hell.
school district was placed on leave after complaints about his workplace conduct, an unauthorized trip he allegedly took at district expense, and concerns about several top leaders who he hired. Crisis in the Classroom discovered 3 of them had checkered pasts. Among them, Johnson White, who was placed on probation in Florida for allegedly inflating student population numbers at the school.
She's from Florida. Wow.
Again, the inflation of the student population is ultimately a financial crime.
Yeah, so you get more funding because you're funded per student. Damn, that's crazy. Shit, somebody got an echo.
The Classroom discovered 3 of them had checkered pasts. Among them, Johnson White, who was placed on probation in Florida for allegedly inflating student population numbers at the school where she was principal, and Taylor, who we reported was fired as superintendent of Greenville, Mississippi schools for failing to discipline this teacher for hitting a special education student.
God, did you see that? Just dragging that kid around by her fucking hair. The fuck?
And in May, Kimberly Mackey, another Gadsden hire, was fired for lying that she...
Kimberly Mackey. Give me a Rachel. Kimberly Mackey.
That's a son woman. Mackey, the son woman.
This little group right here, this little group of people, it's all Sunny. They ain't let no gliders in that group.
Yeah, but this is the school where the glider kids go. The glider kids send their kids here, and they're entrusting their kids to a bunch of Sun people.
A bunch of incompetent criminal Sun people. I think that's important to know.
And you're telling me that the Jewish crew is doing this, the gliders aren't just doing this on their own? We can't figure out who got that echo yet for like 10 minutes. Who got the fucking echo? Can we try to figure that out? Go ahead, man. Go ahead, CJ.
I was just saying that it's important that we know that not only are they putting their children in the hands of some people, but they're putting them in the hands of documented criminals.
Listen, man. I do this every day. I've been doing this since 2017. And I'm floored, man. This is stranger. Like, if this was a movie, I would have turned it off. Because it's unrealistic. I'd have said, oh, this shit could never happen. I would have turned this movie off. I'd have been like, babe, guess what? They got this movie. It's fucking Salt Lake City, the whole entire fucking school board's a bunch of fucking criminal Sunday. I turned that shit off. I turned that shit off, man.
Why is it so hard to believe, Hawk?
What? Did you just hear Are you watching this video?
Yeah, I'm watching it. And I'm not surprised one bit.
But you know what, Memphis got the same problem. Our superintendent got fired.
60% Sun, 65% Sun. Of course you're going to have that problem.
He hired the women he was having sex with behind his wife back.
Right, yeah. But that place is 65% Sun. This place is 2.56, including the biracials.
She had a PhD. Now, none of this is going to end soon. You see, Gadsden is still on leave. He has agreed with these. Mackey, another Gadsden hire, was fired for lying that she had a PhD.
Oh, shit. Miss Mackey said she had a PhD. Hey, man. Shit, I mean, it's rough out here, man. You got to allow your applications sometimes. And here's the thing. She didn't have to lie. She could have got this job without having a PhD. Shit.
Now, none of this is going to end soon. You see, Gadsden is still on leave. He has agreed with the Salt Lake City School Board to enter into mediation. However, there hasn't been a mediation scheduled as of yet. So this will continue. Remember.
But that means he's still on salary.
It means that they don't know how to get rid of this son man without. It's a delicate. You can't just fire a son man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wiggle your way out of that shit.
Yeah, you gotta have every single thing on lock if you pull that off.
That's how they're able to have so many black staff members, because that white guilt's so powerful. I said, well, we got to help them out somehow, so let's give them these positions. Even though they make up such a small percentage of that population, we got to help them out somehow.
And then some people, like those type of some people, when they get in those type of positions, they're not gonna hire actually good some people to take on a position. They're gonna get their friends, their sorrows, their family, people they don't went to college with. They're not gonna go and actually hire a good some person that's actually qualified for the position.
They do it all the time in the city where I was raised in. All the
they
time.
do it all the time out here in Memphis.
But does this at least make the notion that, this place is so fucking backwards and unwelcoming to some people that a man can stand up at a game and scream nigger for 2 straight hours and no one as much as bat not. They got the whole fucking school board's a bunch of fucking criminals.
I wouldn't bet an eye. Maybe those gliders sick of everything.
They were making it seem like these people would they just as soon see an alien as they see a black person. You know what I'm saying? That's like the way they try to frame this shit. With this girl claiming the racism shit at the volleyball game. This is fucking bizarre, man. I mean, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Again, when you follow the leftist rhetoric, they are really trying to convince themselves that even being highly educated in itself is racist, right? Yeah. So I feel like they're self-sabotaging. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they are self-sabotaging because ultimately they know that they don't want to be even considered the most highly educated. It's racist.
Because you got it through privilege.
Exactly.
Make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. No one goes deep into the story like we do here on Lock Nation, to where you can get not only the story, but the story behind the story.